Welcome back, everyone. We're up to Game 3 here between Kiwikaki and QXC for the upper bracket finals of the FX Open Invitational. It is double elimination, so the loser will have one last chance to come back in it. But we are currently tied 1 apiece, with Kiwikaki taking out Metalopolis and QXC taking out Zelnaga Caverns. And next game we have on Shakura's Plateau. So we're going to have it both in the top spawn positions. We're going to have Kiwikaki as the blue Protoss this time on the left-hand side at the 9 o'clock. At the 10 o'clock. We are going to have QXC at the 2 o'clock position as the purple Terran. So, going back to last game, just a bit of a recap. Kiwikaki was really pressured by his fast expand build to help deal with these Banshees that kept coming from QXC. QXC did a great job of just splitting up the attention, constant multi-pronged attacks, with just little squads of Marines, Marauders, Drops, and Banshees that really kept QXC from going anywhere. He did have quite a few upgrades, but while this harass was going on the entire time, QXC took that chance to take 2 extra bases and just got that eco lead. And from there, it was really just impossible for Kiwikaki to come back. So, I think this game is going to come down to Kiwikaki's ability to defend off that harass. If he can do it effectively, it should go into a lot bigger game. But yeah, like I was saying, on the other hand, like QXC is so good at this harassment, sometimes he can be a little under the gun if Kiwikaki is going to be extremely aggressive, or if his harassment doesn't do as much as he wants. But hey. Once again, I got to note that Kiwikaki doesn't actually send his probe out to scout. Like, he does scout fairly late in the game. Like, in the first couple of games, he didn't scout to like a good 20-30 supply. So far, nothing out of the ordinary from either of these players. We might see a fast expand coming from both of them, considering these positions, but I don't know. I really want to have I really like to get in the mind of Kiwikaki as to why he doesn't scout it. We do have a bunker going down at the bottom here. Probe now coming out to harass this SCV. A Marine is running across. I'm not sure whether he wants to stop. Whoa, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, use that probe to kill the SCV, man. But you will be able to get that up and running now, I believe. There we go. The bunker is done, and oh, that was very close with the SCV in the middle there. He's also jumped it out the other end. Going to go help see what's going on in the base here. We got another 1-gate Brobo coming from Kiwikaki, just like last game. We are going to see him try and deny this scouting, as we do have more Marines being streamed across. I really like this by QXC, because there is only 1 gateway here for Kiwikaki. He can actually do a lot of damage. There is going to be a Stalker out, and so he won't be able to do much until he gets a decent amount of Marines, but still, if we have a look back here, we do have that factory up and running and a starport going down. And it looks like Kiwikaki can see the bunker but can't actually hit it without getting in range, so that's very unfortunate. An Immortal coming out to help deal with that. He will be able to shut this down fairly easily once that Immortal comes out. But hey, so we do have another gateway going down for Kiwikaki. He definitely has the amount of units to be able to bust through this little contain that's got down here. And here we go. So the Immortal is going to do a lot of damage to this bunker. I'm not sure whether QXC will be able to get the salvage off in time. He does finally get it, but he will lose this Immortal if he doesn't force field. Oh, a little bit of a missed force field there. Does let those units in. He will just be able to clean up with that 1 Marine. That Immortal on very, very low health though. But he's definitely delayed any kind of expansion that Kiwikaki had plans for. He is floating about 500 minerals, but we'll probably see that expansion go down pretty much instantly. But like I was saying, Kiwikaki still doesn't have any clue what's coming from QXC. Whereas we can have a look back and go, yes, he's got 2 Port Banshees coming. Kiwikaki's not going to know that for a good 30 seconds more. And hopefully he gets another couple of gateways now to get some Stalkers or Sentries out. So we do have that wall off now going down for QXC. Kiwikaki now sees the 2 poor Banshees. He throws down a Stargate in response. He gets some Phoenixes out. Let's hope they come out in time, as the Banshees are already on their way. Hopefully the small amount of Stalkers that we got in the mineral line here, sorry, the Stalkers and Sentries, will be able to hold off these Banshees until the Phoenix come out. We do have a Viking and a Raven coming out after those 2 first Banshees though, so that's going to be very cool. Alright, I'm just going to turn my mic volume up here, guys. Give me a sec. Actually, no, I'll do that in a second because he's got some harass going on it. No, wants to be a little bit shy. Here we go. So, Kiwikaki a little bit out of position there, trying to chase down that Banshee. The Banshee does have 2 kills on him already, taking a couple of pot shots at that Stalker. Doesn't want to be too overzealous though. Alright, hopefully my mic volume's a little bit better for you guys in there. But, oh, does snipe that Observer with the Raven and Viking, so good job to QXC for that. He's still got this Banshee being very frustrating, but here comes the Phoenix to be able to clean that up. Nothing that this Banshee's going to be able to do. There is no cloak on it anyway, but still, we do have a couple more racks going down in QXC's base. So this is what I was talking about. Kiwikaki definitely held off that harassment really easily. Okay. So it looks like we are going to be seeing maybe... No, okay. The expansion coming out for QXC and Kiwikaki at roughly the same amount of time. QXC is slightly ahead on that though. If we have a look at the income counts, we're at 33 to 35, so fairly even. We do have more units being pumped out by QXC. Phoenix doing whatever it can, but there's 2 Vikings there. They're going to be able to shut that down pretty easily. So yeah, very macro heavy from both players with harass here coming in. It's been more Kiwikaki defending the insane harass by QXC than the other way around, which is very frustrating for him to deal with. But I'm sure he's used to it, as these guys no doubt practice a lot. That Phoenix still hiding out the back here. I think he wants to try and get a scout in at some point. We have a look at QXC. He does see all the tech structures in the main, but he doesn't actually see this expansion go up. At the same time, we have a look at Kiwikaki's view. He doesn't see the expansion, but he does see everything else. So right now, both players pretty decent. And oh, looks like QXC will be able to see that now, though. He knows the expansion is up for Kiwikaki. Are we going to have any kind of tech come out? No, we're still sticking with these 2 gateways, 1 Robo, 1 Stargate. It's proven pretty effective to him on the Metalopolis map, so kudos to that. But here come the Phoenix. Is going to see that expansion, want to try and lift up a couple of SCVs, but the Vikings are no doubt on their way. Here they come, so we won't be able to get more than 2 or 3 kills here before he'll have to back off. The Phoenixes are faster than the Vikings, so they will take a couple of pot shots and then get away. But their range isn't as big, so they will still take a couple of hits if they try and do it. You can't really kite them like you can with the muters. We do have a Twilight Counter going now for Kiwikaki as well, so we're going to be seeing probably some Templars in a mix now. We've got the same unit composition from last game. Lots and lots of Marines, Banshees, Raven, and Thors, so it's going to be very tough for Kiwikaki to deal with. Lots of gateways going down now for Kiwikaki. Definitely wants to get his production underway. He's got the double upgrades coming again, just like last game. These Phoenix just having a look around, see what's there. Does see the Thor. I'm pretty sure he saw the Thor. It looks like we have QXC pushing out now. But there are a lot of energy on these sentries, so we will be able to force field that pretty well. But there is 1 Thor there to be able to bust down those force fields. We do have a charge on the way. That's a very long research time, so I don't think it's going to be ready by the time QXC gets over to Kiwikaki's base. He also won't have these gateways. Are up and running now, getting another Immortal, but he's actually supply capped was supply go to the pylon. Let's just finish. And here comes QXC. Up the ramp, sees what's coming, and there we go. So we are going to have Guardian Shields go down. Where are the force fields? Lots of Zealots being pushed in. Force field, nice. But, oh my god. Another force field. The Thor is trying to get up to break the force field. There it goes. It does break it. Immortals at the front being chewed in by Marines, though. The Banshees finally get down. Probes being pulled here. All the Immortals are down. Oh, no, one left to go. One of these Thors is on very low HP. The Probes cleaning house on these guys, though, with a couple more reinforcement units. And the Probes take down one of the Thors, and probably the second one, as these 2-point defense drones were really nullifying any Stalker damage. We have a look. The 2 Vikings are going into the main, trying to chase him down as best he can. And there's the Phoenix. A lot of damage, though. He needs to pull that back before it gets sniped. So if we have a look, after that engagement, they are still like dead even on the income counts. 76 supply for Kiwikaki, 87 for QXC, so they're almost dead even on the supply counts as well. Trying to drain as much energy from these point defense drones as you can. Sentry's obviously not affected by those, so we'll be able to kill them pretty quickly. What do we got here? A fusion core coming in for QXC as once again. We're going to see some more battlecruiser action here. And we don't actually see a Templar Archives coming from Kiwikaki. He does have both those upgrades ready. He's got level 2 almost ready to be researched. There it goes, 1, and once we get the resources, 2. 94 supply to 109. I think he's just slowly being pulled back because he's not really using any late game tech. Like, this is great for him until now, but he really needs some Templars or some Colossi to help deal with this massive amount of Marines at the moment, especially with these battle cruisers coming in. There's currently 1-1 in this matchup of a best of 5, so it's not like this game is all over for the loser, but still very important to keep the edge. We're looking at 124 supply now for QXC, 104 for Kiwikaki. Kiwikaki is mined out in his main base, and QXC is getting a planetary fortress at his 3rd, starting to drop some mules as well. I like the fact that QXC has this Marine patrolling here. He's going to stop any kind of 3rd base going up by Kiwikaki. Oh, unfortunately though, it is going to be out of position, as is Kiwikaki going to be able to drop the Nexus before it gets back. He has the minerals for it. He's not paying attention though. There, it does go down. But QXC notices instantly, and he's bringing some Banshees over to help deal with that. So that is going to be a very big thorn in Kiwikaki's side. He's still on one base. He's got a drop happening up at the top in his main base as well. QXC just has such amazing multitasking right now. He's actually probably going to supply block Kiwikaki if he does get this off. No, he does get a lot of those units. These two Phoenixes trying to take out the dropship, but they will be able to snipe one of the Phoenixes with the Marines being dropped on the low ground. He's probably going to start going to work on these rocks to try and get those back, but he has forced the cancel on the Nexus at the same time. More battlecruisers being coming out for QXC as well. A lot of Thors in the mix, as his 3rd is now up and running with that planetary fortress. Just insane harass coming in from QXC this entire game long. He hasn't let up for 1 second, and I think it's really rattling Kiwikaki. He's now getting his 3rd base up. He's 117 supply to 146. QXC now taking his 4th base. I think now's the time when QXC is going to start pulling ahead in case if Kiwikaki can't pull something out. He just doesn't have that tier 3 tech that you really want to have. His army mix is still Zealot, Sentry, Stalker, Immortal. And while that's a good mix for the mid game, I really think he needs some Colossi or Storms to help deal with this amount of Marines. And here come the battle cruisers. Kiwikaki is scouting these Zelnaga towers. But looks like we have a push here from QXC. Leaving quite a few units at home though. It's very interesting. We're going to have an engagement in the middle. QXC pulling back. He does not have the army composition to be able to deal with this. There goes the stim on the Marines, trying to snipe as many of these Zealots as possible. Very unfortunate for QXC that he's out of position. We do have the Banshees and the battlecruisers coming in from the top now. All these Zealots being dropped eventually. There's only a few Stalkers left. There are two battlecruisers, 2 Vikings here.